Hey guys, welcome to AndroGuider. So in this we are going to review the Bliss ROM. This ROM comes in with the June security patch, and the build number is 6.4 as you can see, and this is an official build. I am not running any custom kernel, and it I haven't flashed any kernel, and as you can see the build date is 16th June. So we'll get in the customizations now. Well, okay, under Bliss settings, on animations, you can customize the toast animations. These are the options which you get. Then we have the list view animations, then the system animations. You can just have a look at the animations which are there, and then we also get our Windows animation scale, transition animation scale, and the animator duration scale. These options were by default in stock Marshmallow, or in CM13 they were present in the developer options, but they have shifted these options under the animation settings now, so it's great to see that. Then under the buttons we have, you can adjust your backlight time if you have any hardware keys. Most of the Samsung devices have that. Then you can disable or enable the on-screen navigation bar. Then we have the left-handed mode. Then you can show the arrow keys while typing. Then we have the buttons and layout. From here you can just add any buttons if you want to. Search button, menu button, power button, notification button, torch, camera, screenshot, immersive mode, or application picker. You can just choose it as per your convenience. And then I would just restore it to default, and there we go. Okay, next up we can also adjust the dimensions of the navigation bar, the height of the navigation bar, and the width of the navigation bar too. Then we have the navigation bar tint. It is nothing but, say, it is this option. Say when I'm pressing the back button, the white color which you get when I'm just pressing the back button. I'll just show it to you again. There you see there was a white tint. That is what we call navigation bar button tint as. Currently it is set to white, and you can customize the color as per your convenience. Then we have the slim dim. You can dim the buttons after a certain period of inactivity. Then you can either listen out for touches on the entire screen. At the moment, if I am just touching the screen, as you can see, the navigation buttons are still dimmed, as you can see. Then if I check this option, listen for touches on the entire screen, then if you can see that when I touch anywhere on the screen, the navigation buttons would come back to life. Then you also have the dim animation. You can customize its duration too. We also have the timeout before dimming and the dim alpha too. Next up we have the power menu settings. You do get ample amount of settings in here. You have your reboot menu, screenshot. You can even set your screenshot delay. I prefer to have it at around 2 seconds. Then you can even set the airplane mode, sound panel. You can enable that too. Then you can also enable screen record, and this is how your power menu will look like. Okay, next up we have the end call option. You can just press the power button to cut the call. Yep. Then you have press the power button twice to launch the camera without unlocking your screen. Then we have your various hardware settings in here. If you have, or you can even you have your answer call. You can press the home button to answer the call, long press action, double tap action. The back button can wake up the device. Then the menu button settings, wake up device, short press action, long press action. Search button, you can use it to wake up the device. Then you can customize the short press action and the long press actions. You have your volume rocker customizations, wake up device, volume key. Pressing up the volume up key will answer the call. Then you have your playback control settings, control ringtone volume. Then you even have the keyboard cursor control settings. You can just move the keyboard cursor using the volume rocker keys when you are typing. Then you can reorient the volume keys when you change from portrait to landscape or vice versa. Then you also have the kill app back button, and you can customize the timeout too. Okay, next up we have the clock settings. This is nothing but here you can customize the weather widget, which or the clock widget which you get in. I'll just show it to you. Mhm. And this is the widget which I am talking about, but at the moment you will just be seeing the clock, and it is there present by default on the home screen. Okay, so next up we have the gesture anywhere. I would just show it to you. I would prefer to have it at in the right edge. Maybe 74% would do. And using gesture anywhere, you can quickly launch an app, as I would show you. Say if I draw a C, then I would be able to launch the clock. I'll just show that to you. You know uh, First of all, you need to set a trigger area. You can see that blue color shaded region. You can just select on which area of the screen should you can either place the trigger region either on the left edge of the screen or on the right edge. And then whenever you would just click on this region, screen would pop up. It is a translucent screen. And then you can draw your gestures which I had done. Suppose I am drawing a C to launch the clock, and there you see the clock would be launched. Then you can customize more gestures as per your convenience. Then we have the lock screen settings. You have these are nothing but basic stuff which is present in CM13 too. And if you don't know, then this ROM BlissROM is based on CM13. And we have your live lock screen message, lock screen shortcuts. You can customize the bottom shortcuts of the lock screen in here. Then we have the lock screen colors and fonts. You get ample amount of options in here too. You can also customize the fonts, and these are the fonts which you get. Then you can even customize the you can voice assist as the default bottom left shortcut. You can check that, or else if you uncheck that, then the dialer would be shown as the bottom left shortcut. You can even show the charging current if you want to. Then you have double tap to sleep on the lock screen torch, display music visualizers, media cover art, power menu on the lock screen. I prefer to check that off. Then show lock screen clock, show lock screen date, and you can also show the weather on the lock screen too. Then we have your recent settings. You can show the search bar in the recents. You can also show the memory bar. I prefer to have the search bar off. And you also have your omni switch in here. Okay, so next up we have the status bar settings. In the clock, you can adjust the position of the clock, right, center, left, or you can just hide it. Then you can show the settings of the clock too. Then under AM/PM style, if you have been watching my previous videos, then you will know what these settings are meant for, but I would just show it to you quickly. You can just keep an eye on the top right corner of the screen or the right edge of the status bar. This is how the normal font looks like, and this is how the small one looks like. Or if you can just hide it. Then you can customize the color of the clock too. Then we have various font styles, bold, italics. These are the options which you get. And next up we can also customize the font size. Then we have the date settings. If you want to show the date, these are the small and the normal font sizes. Then you have various date styles, lowercase or uppercase. In the lowercase one, all the letters would be lowercase. In the normal one, the first letter would be uppercase followed by lowercase characters, and in the uppercase one, all characters would be uppercase. Then we have the date position. you can either show it on left of time or right of time. Then we have various date formats, or you can just have a quick glance at them. This is what you get. Then you can even customize the date color too. So it's great to see that we have a bifurcation of the two. Earlier the options which we used to get, you would be only able to customize the color of the clock, and the color of the clock would be the preset color of the date too. But we have a bifurcation in here now. You can customize the color of the clock and the date separately, so it's really great to have that feature too. Then we have the battery settings. You can adjust the battery icon, portrait, landscape, circle, or you just have the text in. I prefer to have that. Then if you select the circle, then you can also show the battery percentage inside the icon or next to the icon. But as I told you, I prefer to have the text one in. Then battery bar too, either on top of the status bar or on top of the navigation bar or at the bottom of the navigation bar. Then we have the battery bar styles. The regular one is aligned to the left, and the center mirrored one is aligned right across. It is symmetrical about the center of the navigation bar. Then we have the charging animation. Then you can customize the battery bar color and the thickness. I prefer to have it around 2 dps. Then we have the status bar icons. You can just check any icon which you don't want to show. Say I can just turn cast off. It was on at the moment, and if I check that back again, there it comes. I will check that off. Then you also have your status bar icon colors. You can color the notification icons, the status bar icons, the signal colors, no SIM card colors, and airplane mode colors. Ample amount of options in here too. You can color almost each and every aspect of the room. Then we have the carrier label customization. You can just show your carrier label either if you want to disable it completely, or you can show it both on your lock screen and the status bar. Then you should check the last option enabled, or if you want to show it either on your key card, which is your lock screen only, or the status bar, then you can select either of the two options. Then you also have your custom carrier label settings. You can just customize that as per your choice. And you can also see that we have some changes in the keyboard too. You also get a additional number row up on the top, so it's great to see that too. Now personally I prefer to have it that way. And then we have various font styles. These are the fonts which you get. Then you can also customize the color of the carrier label and the font size too. Okay, next up we have the network traffic. You can just either prefer to show it both the outgoing and the incoming traffic, or the either of the two. Then we have the display unit, bits per second or bytes per second. Then we can customize the color, the update interval, and these are the options which you get. Then you can hide the arrows when there is no data exchange, or you can auto hide the traffic monitor when there is no activity. And you can if you check that, then you can even customize the inactivity threshold. Next up we have the temperature. You can show it with scale or without scale, or just hide it. Then you can adjust the placement right or left. Then we have various font styles, and then you can even customize the color and the font size too. Then next up you can either hide or show the super user indicator, the headset icon, the Bluetooth icon, show 4G instead of LTE. Then you can also have your time contextual headers. It's very disappointing to see that we don't get any further customizations in here. By default we get the nature pack in. I suppose maybe we would have those customizations later on. And next up we have the brightness control. You can show the notification count too. Then you also have your quick pull down, which you can just adjust to right or left. And then you can even show the Bliss logo. I would prefer to have that. Then you can also customize the logo color. And next up we get the system app remover and the wake lock blocker. So I would just you should use the last two options with care. And if you want to mess around with them, then I would recommend you to take a backup first and then do whatever, then play around with those settings. And then under equalizers you get audio effects, and under themes, as I already told you, this ROM is based on CM13. Next up we do get the kernel auditor too, and we also get the super user, as you can see. I'll just close it. Then next up we have your sound settings. I guess nothing new in here. Now we will have a look at the other sounds. We get dial pad tones, screen locking sounds, touch sounds, volume adjustment sounds. We also get the charging sounds. You can just customize the ringtone too, and vibration settings too. Then under advanced options we have the camera shutter sound, screenshot sound, safe headset volume, prevent audio ducking. It's great to have that option. It won't reduce the your volume of your song or the video which is being played when a notification comes. And then you also have your less frequent notification sound, and under volume steps these are the settings which you get. And the minimum is 5 and the maximum is 60. So actually, yeah, it's great to have that too. And I would be customizing those settings as per my will after the video. And we also had less frequent notification sounds, as I've already told you. Then basic options here which are present in CM13 too. Then we have the display and lights. You can have that dashboard settings layout if you want to. Then you can either just enable or disable the switches when the dashboards are there. I'll just show them to you. Then you can disable force close notification if you want to. And we also have the force expanded notifications, disable immersive mode if you want to. Then you can customize your brightness level, adaptive brightness, live display. Then you also get your rotation settings, double tap to sleep, the 3-finger gesture to take a screenshot. I'll just quickly show it to you. Sorry guys, I forgot to enable that. Just have a look again. There you see a screenshot was taken. And then you have your sleep time mode settings. The maximum is 30 minutes and the minimum is 15 seconds. And we also have your cast, your wallpaper settings, expanded desktop. You can also customize your LCD density. The LCD density settings at the moment are they are customized as per my device, so it's great to have that too. And then you also get the daydream mode in here, and you can also customize the font sizes of the settings menu. Then as you can see, this is the dashboard settings, but I would prefer to have those switches as off. It kind of makes it look a bit ugly, I would say. Then I would just even turn and the entire thing off. Okay. Then you have your notification settings. I don't think there is nothing new in here. Then next up you have your battery settings, and you have your battery saver at 15% only, which is what you get in CM13 too. Then next up we have your security settings. There was some option here which I would like to show you too. You should ensure unknown sources should be checked. If you are planning to sideload any app from your SD card, or install any APK file by downloading that from the internet, so make sure that the unknown sources option is checked. And you can just play around with other stuff if you want to. Then we have your memory settings, users, system profiles, apps, accounts, your privacy settings. You get your privacy guard, blocked caller list, and protected apps. These are present in CM13 too. Then we have your date and time, weather, storage and USB, accessibility, language and input, backup and reset, and you just give a quick glance at the developer options. You do get your add away here, and you can just customize that later on. I'll just check that off. Okay. Then you also have your development tools at the top. Just get back to developer option now. Then you also have your advanced reboot, and you have your stay awake settings here. Then you also have the root access settings in here. If you want to disable root access, then I think you can use this option to disable that too. Then we also have your Android debugging in here. Just make sure that you check that option, because if if your phone if it gets a soft break, then you can restore it by flashing the or if your recovery goes corrupted, then it's always good to have that option checked in, because it allows you to flash your recovery. And in some cases, we also have softwares which allow you to flash the stock ROM too. So just ensure that you have that option checked in and you are on the safer side. And basic option in here, which we get in CM13 too. You do get your multi-window mode in here. Then you have your GPU settings, so nothing new in here. This is all we have in developer options. Then we have your super SU, and I have already been to about Bliss, and the built-in kernel is enforcing by default, and I didn't come across any options which would allow you to change that from enforcing to permissive. You can always go to the Play Store and download that. Sorry guys, I by mistake I pressed that red button. And you can as I was saying, you can change the kernel from enforcing to permissive or vice versa, by downloading an app from the Play Store. And the default launcher is Treshbashe. I hope that I'm getting the pronunciation right. You do get ample amount of customization in here too. And then these are the wallpapers which you get. In fact, it's Trebashe. Okay, yeah, I was getting the pronunciation wrong. I will just check that permission in from the apps itself. Okay guys, so these are the wallpapers which you get in the room. You also have photo phase in here, so these are the live wallpapers which you would get. I don't know why, but I'm not able to check on that allow option. It is not allowing me to press on that, so I'm just enabling these options manually. These are the wallpapers which you can just select any live wallpaper and then play around with the settings. And I don't think that we do get any widgets specific to the BlissROM. these are the widgets which we have in here by the default. And as I was able to guess, we don't have any widgets which are baked in specifically by the Bliss team to control the features of the ROM. Okay guys, so I think that's all with what I have for you guys in this video. um we these are the apps which you get. You can just have a glance at them. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one too. Thank you.